That September evening, around dusk, a group of young children, not yet teenagers, were seeking adventure. It must have been around 8 p.m, and it would not have been unusual back in those days to be playing outside until after dark. Certainly I recall in my own youth, and I was born only a year prior to this, that we would play in the woods or in the streets or near bodies of water without a second thought, usually until our parents came looking for us. Well, this particular group of kids were playing near a fenced-off conservation area in Wollaton Park, which they referred to colloquially as the swamp, which, based on details from the interviews with the kids, would likely be this area here, given that it is close to both the Bluecoat Wollaton Academy, formerly the Margaret Glen Bott School until 2004, and the gates leading back to Harrow Road. The children reference a school and a set of gates later in the story. In addition, the street address for the children is given as Kennington Road for two of them and Bridport Avenue for the other two. These places are located close to this purported area as well. There are a couple of other areas that could be the swamp, particularly this area around the lake, but they don't mention a lake specifically, so I tend to think this area here is probably the likely one. They were just wandering around at first, looking around the school and the grounds and generally just hanging out like kids do. The park was already closed at this point, and then on the way back they decided to investigate the swamp. The particular area in question wasn't accessible to the public, partly for conservation reasons and partly due to the boggy state of the ground. It was frankly dangerous. But as I said, kids from that era didn't think about the danger. They were all about the adventure. So through a hole in the fence, 4 of the kids from the group of 8 entered the swamp. Andrew, Patrick, Rosie and Angela, the older kids from the group, all ventured into the forbidden swamp, leaving the remaining younger kids outside the fence.